This video will give you a very quick overview of the first discussion board assignment in English 011, and that is the Critical Thinking in Me discussion board. So there are a couple of different ways that you can get to this. You can either be on the full English 011 course schedule, and you can click on this link in order to take you to the discussion board, or you can navigate to it through the table of contents, Unit 1 assignment details, and it's the first discussion board. So either way, it'll take you to the same place. So this is the discussion board. The prompt is asking you to answer one or more of the discussion questions based on class discussions of the reading critical thinking. So these are links, and you absolutely can and should click on them in order to make sure that you have the background knowledge you need in order to answer the questions. So critical thinking characteristics are covered in English 101, but in 011, what we're asking you to do is think about these 11 characteristics. Now, they are: critical thinkers look for different perspectives, they look for assertions, they look for multiple solutions, they look for logic and evidence, they consider controversial topics, they consider alternatives, they consider the source of information, they define terms, they understand before they criticize, they are willing to be uncertain and say, I don't know, I need more information, and they sometimes write about it in order to clarify how they're thinking about a topic. These are all behaviors and characteristics of people who are critical thinkers. So if we define critical thinking as a thoughtful way to consider different perspectives and think outside the box, for example, or analyze and break down an argument and evaluate it, then all of these characteristics and behaviors contribute to the ability to think critically about material. So read through this page and make sure that you understand these characteristics before you begin answering the questions in the discussion board. The discussion questions are: choose one or more of the critical thinking characteristics or behaviors that you identify with. How do these characteristics or behaviors show up in your real life? So you might say, well, I work at a coffee shop and I have to consider multiple solutions because sometimes what we usually do doesn't work. Sometimes we are out of what the customer wants and I have to try and think of something else that they might like instead. Or I am a parent and what works with one of my children does not work with the other child. So look for an example of real life of how these critical thinking characteristics show up for you in your life. The second prompt is: which characteristics or behaviors are critical to success in your field or career? So think about the field that you want to go into, the career that you want to have. Which of these critical thinking characteristics do you think is going to be the most important? If you want to go into nursing, then it's going to be very important to consider alternate perspectives. If you want to go into research, then you absolutely are going to have to be comfortable saying, I don't know, I need more information. Which characteristics or behaviors do you think are most lacking in our modern American society? I think this is an interesting question. I'm interested to hear what some of you may have to say. So these are the discussion questions. You do not have to answer all of them, but you need to answer at least one of them in your discussion board. So you can see there's a rubric here. If you click on it, it will show you how your post is being assessed. Obviously, you want exemplary, full credit in each of these three categories. So when you go back to the main discussion board, you'll be able to see that there are two options. You can either type your text response or you can post a video if you'd rather just talk about your answers to these prompts. So you can choose any of the, and you can decide whether you want to text response or video response. Either one is appropriate. So you would just do that by clicking Start a New Thread and either typing or recording. If you click Start a New Thread, and you want to record a video, you would do that by clicking the Insert Stuff button here and choosing Video Note. And then it should allow you to grant access to your webcam so that you can record a video. So that is the Critical Thinking and Me discussion in English 011. This is a support assignment that will help you think about the critical thinking characteristics before you start working on the brainstorming discussion board in English 101. Let me know if you have any other questions about this assignment.